Alright, so when they started this DC Icons line, I was a little bit hesitant to pull the trigger because I knew they were going to hit me for the same characters that I've already bought many times in the past again. And they did. So the line basically right now consists of about 30 figures. Out of that 30, they've given us about 3 first-time brand new characters. Granted, these toys are amazing. They're basically all one-off sculpts, which is something DC Collectibles almost always does, and that's why I started this line. I was just hoping for a little bit more character selection. If you're a new collector and you don't have like 20 of each of these characters, this is a great line for you to get into because they kind of give you one of each, and I'm not real sure how much longer this line is going to last. So even if you missed out on it, I don't think these things would be too hard to track down on eBay. So we're going to check out this Superboy, Robin, Nightwing, and Supergirl. And the scale is a little off, but on these particular characters, they can kind of go anywhere because these characters could be a little small and you can put them with your 7-inch like DC Collectibles or kind of display them with whoever you want, and I think they'll fit right in. Let's check them out. So they all come with tons of hands. Instead of giving me 5 sets of hands, it'd be nice to get like a samurai sword or something. But I doubt that I'd use it because he comes with those batarang hands. Superboy comes with a ton of hands. Supergirl, she comes with a few. And then Nightwing also comes. Alright, first off, we'll check out this Robin. Like, this thing is just action figure perfection. I'm really happy with it. The batarangs, these are batarang hands. Those things come stuck in there, which I'm totally cool with, because if you don't like that, you got lots of other hands that you can put in there. The articulation on this, it's real similar to all the other figures. The head is on a ball, the shoulder's on a ball, has a bicep swivel, double elbow, the same wrist that you've been getting forever. There's something that I really like about it is this ab crunch, because that line there is really clean. And then the bottom one, it's almost like an opposite ab crunch of like a Marvel Legends or something. The shoulders the thighs are on a ball, but they pull up and down. So you can see there's a little bit of movement there. I'll show you on a different figure where his shirt isn't in the way. Double knees on these ankles. There's no pin or anything. Really clean. Like you got like the double pin here for the double knee. I wish they could get rid of that. That's like, I mean, it's fine, but when you can do some articulation without a pin, it just makes for the figure to look a little bit cleaner. It's got ankle pivot, the articulation on this thing, the paint job, the sculpt, like these are pretty much perfect action figures. Like, you really can't get anything better than this. I'm really digging this line. You got this Superboy, once again, really clean toy, sculpted perfect, painted perfect. I got a little rub mark right here on the hair. I'll probably just hit that with like a black Sharpie, probably tune it right up. No big deal. You get a costume that you've never had before with the torn up jeans, the flat paint, the gloss again. Like I'm really digging it. Like, they really did a good job on this. Articulation on this is basically exactly the same as Robin. And then you have Supergirl. She has these little laser beams. They plug into her eyes. If you don't want to use this head, they give you a different head, which, I mean, we got tons of Supergirls like this, so this is a great option. And I don't know, they should have just made them permanently attached, but these things plug right out. You pretty much have to put them in, or you got holes where eyes go. And then they've got the flat paint again, sculpted on the S. It's a one-off mold. They're really killing it. The articulation, exactly the same as the other one. Nothing new here. They're just killing this toy line. Like, the scale is, you know, on these smaller characters, it's good. On the bigger characters, I'm not real sure. The character selection is kind of like the only thing that's really off to me. Then you have Nightwing. He does come with 2 sticks. They're just like Robin's stick, but they're cut down a little bit shorter. I think this might be actually the first time that I don't display a Nightwing with his batons, because he does come with this little cool like rope with this batarang on it. He holds the handle pretty good. Like, you can actually like hold on to it to where you can actually swing him from it, because it's like a little bit too big for the hand that they give you with them. So I like how it locks in there. The articulation on this is also exactly the same, except for right here on the boots. They did a nice little cut there, which I like. So they don't do a thigh cut here, which makes the figure look really clean, but you can kind of like turn the thigh around up here at top where the ball is, and that's how it pulls up and down. So you can pull it down and get like extra movement out of the thigh, and it still looks clean. Alright, so I went ahead and pulled out the Damian Wayne Robins for a comparison, and kind of having a hard time picking a favorite on this one. Here's a new one right here in the middle, which he's definitely pretty cool. Like he's holding up. The one right next to him over here, I also like that one a lot too. I like the sword for sure. Over here you have the Mattel one. That thing is just complete garbage. And then you have the regular Damian Wayne. That one, I mean, they tried, just didn't really work out for them. And then you have this one, which this one's kind of tall, so I don't know, I'm not really digging the scale on that one. Like the smaller scale for me, like this one here, he's kind of animated. I definitely like that one, the Icon one, for like really like a not animated one. That thing's actually pretty cool. Alright, so I went ahead and pulled out some Night Wings just for you can kind of like check the scale of them all. See how some are like almost like, I mean, pushing 6.5 inches tall. This one down here for the video game, he's like almost 7 inches tall. Then you got a really big buff one over here. So the scale is kind of all over the place. So when you got this one, it's actually not that bad. Like, he kind of fits right in there. I definitely want my Nightwing a little bit smaller than like Batman anyways. So I think they did a pretty decent job on the scale. And as far as looks wise, like that flat paint on there, like with that gloss, everything's sculpted in. Like if you look at the ones right next to it, it's just kind of painted detail. Like this Icon's one, he's probably my favorite one. Like I think they did a really good job on him. You got some old school ones over here, which is it's cool to have. I guess you kind of put those like in the back of your collection. You come back over here, like this one's just like that shiny. The Icon's one. It's my favorite one. You got the comic book one. You got this ridiculous big buff one with the blue in his hair, and then you have that one. I can't remember what the gray one was for, but that costume to me is just a little off. So that's kind of the Nightwing collection. I'm thinking the Icon one is like my new favorite one. I can display them in my Icon set. Who knows if that thing's gonna have its own shelf? Like I might eventually put those like in the pack. All right, so I went ahead and pulled out the Superboy collection for you. The DC Icons one is one right here in the middle. I'm really digging that one. He might actually be my favorite one, or at least he will be after I touch up his hair. Then you have the one over here in like the black T-shirt. I mean, I thought that one was kind of cool. Then you did this one with the leather jacket. One of these is basically Mattel and then DC Collectible, but you probably could tell that from a mile away. The leather jacket is just a really tough sell for me. Coming down here, you kind of just basically have like an old school one, which, man, that's definitely looks a little dated for today's comics. And then you have the one in the black costume, which is kind of cool. And then you have this real goofy vintage one. Then you have this Supergirl. I didn't pull out the Supergirl collection just because I just recently did that for like Supergirl for the TV show. So I didn't want to pull it back out just to show you the whole thing. I'll go ahead and put a picture of that at the end of the video. Let me show you the Icons collection. Alright, here's the DC Icons collection. And this line is pretty cool. The thing I like about it is pretty much every single one of these is its own sculpt, which is something that you pretty much never see these days. They are kind of in scale with each other, so I guess that's a good thing. Another good thing is you basically just have like one of each character, unless you were a sucker and bought that 5-pack. The bad thing is you only got like 3 new characters in this whole entire line. Thanks for watching.